What does the notice say?
So maybe it's like there's no AC. I honestly have no idea. Maybe my listening isn't as good as I thought. Podcast called Go Filipino, trying to learn a lot of vocab. Hello everyone, my name is Alan Esperis and welcome to my Tagalog Journey. In this series, I'm going to be attempting to learn Tagalog and documenting my entire process along the way. So I'm going to be giving you guys all the tips and tricks that I learned. So if you guys enjoy this content and want to follow me, please subscribe and press that like button down below. But in this video specifically, I'm going to be talking about my study plans and how I intend to learn Tagalog over the next couple months. Growing up in a Filipino household, I do know a little bit of Tagalog just from listening to my parents and stuff, but I've never formally learned at all. So I'm going to be testing my speaking skills, my reading skills, and my listening skills. So let's go. Okay, so first I'm going to test my reading skills. I'm going to be watching this video on Learn Filipino with FilipinoPod101.com. It's a YouTube channel. I'll put it down in the description.
You are at a bus stop where you're waiting for the 301 bus. There is a notice posted on the bus timetable. What does the notice say?
Ang 301 bus ay hindi tumitigil dito. I think it's saying it's not going to come. Oh, they give you 301 bus does not stop here. Yeah, this one.
The notice
Okay.
reads, the 301 bus does not stop here.
That was bad. I think I'm gonna do another one. This is for absolute beginners, it says, so maybe I'll try the beginner one.
You are sitting on a bus that is about to arrive at the next bus stop. Suddenly, a signal lights up. What does the signal mean?
Manatiling nakakupo hanggang sa umito ang bus. Maybe it's like there's no AC. I honestly have no idea.
What does
Or
the
no,
signal
they
mean?
give you answer choices. Okay. I'm gonna say stay seated until the bus stops, just because they say that a lot.
The signal reads,
Context
"Please
clues.
stay seated until the bus stops."
I'm gonna do an intermediate just because I'm kind of curious.
You are at a bus terminal where you've been waiting for your bus.
They really like
It
these
appears
buses.
to be running late. Suddenly, you notice a note posted next to the bus stop. What does the notice say?
Babala ang operasyon ng bus. So it's definitely not coming. The bus. Alright, let's see the answer choices.
What does the notice say?
Bus is either delayed due to holiday or canceled. Delayed. I think it's delayed.
The note reads, bus services on this route have been canceled for today
Alright,
due to
definitely
poor
not.
weather conditions.
Alright, so after that, I think my reading skills is definitely still at absolute beginner. Beginner one, I was still kind of getting some wrong. Still pretty hard to read. And then this intermediate is definitely way too hard. But that makes sense because I honestly have never really read any Tagalog in my life. I've only really heard it and spoke it through my parents and stuff. So probably have read maybe like a combination of like 10 minutes before that. Like I have not read at all. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing some listening practice. I think I'm most excited for this because this is probably my strongest area. I haven't really done any speaking or reading, so listening should be a little bit better than those. I think I'm gonna try some beginner ones, see how that goes.
May isang lalaki na naghahanap ng regalo para sa kaarawan ng kanyang asawa sa isang tindahan ng alahas. Anong kwintas ang bibilhin niya? Ano pong maitutulong ko?
Naghahanap ako ng regalo para sa kaarawan ng asawa ko. Anong maimumungkahi mo?
Ano pong tingin nyo sa kwintas na ito?
Mukhang medyo mahaba.
Yung mga andito po kaya, mayroon kaming may bulaklak na palawit, mayroon ding isa na may puso.
Naghahanap ako ng mas sopistikado ang dating. Magkano ang perlas na kwintas na andito banda?
$5,000 po.
Masyadong mahal. Okay, kukunin ko yung una.
Sige po. Heto na. Anong kwintas ang bibilhin niya?
It's either the far ones because they were looking for something more sophisticated, but I don't think it's the pearls. He wanted something mahaba, I think is long, I think. So I think it's this one.
Naghahanap ako ng mas sopistikado ang dating. Magkano ang perlas na kwintas na andito banda?
$5,000 po.
Masyadong mahal. Okay, kukunin ko yung una.
Oh!
Sige po.
Let's go!
Ito na.
Wait,
May isang
I thought I was wrong and then it switched to the end. Maybe I'll try an intermediate, see how that goes. Try one.
Anong pagbabago ang gusto niyang gawin sa kanyang buhok?
Ay, ano pong maitutulong ko?
Hi! Mayroon akong reserbasyon ng 3:00 para kay Richie.
Opo, Miss Richie. Dito po ang daan. Ano pong maipaglilingkod ko ngayong araw na ito?
Gusto ko sanang baguhin ng kaunti ang aking hairstyle.
Okay. Anong haba po ang gusto ninyo?
Mga hanggang balikat.
Ayos po. At ang inyong bangs?
Hindi ko babaguhin ang bangs.
Diretso o hati sa gilid?
Medyo sa gilid.
Aling gilid po?
Siguro medyo sa kaliwa mula sa gitna.
Nakuha ko po. Umpisahan natin sa shampoo. Dito po ang daan.
I think it's the most left. They said they wanted bangs on one of the sides,
May isang babae na
and I think it was left.
nakikipag-usap sa kanyang hairstylist. Medyo sa gilid.
Aling gilid po?
Siguro medyo sa kaliwa mula sa gitna.
Nakuha ko po. Umpisahan natin sa
Alright,
shampoo.
never mind.
Dito po ang daan.
Well, it did say left, right? But it said left from the middle? Oh, it's flipped. It's like, that is left from middle, but when you're looking at it this way, wait, so it was the right on when I'm looking at it, but if you're like, okay, that was tricky. Alright, I feel like listening's okay. I think I was able to understand a little bit intermediate, but just not some vocabulary words. So I think there's a gap in my vocabulary. Like the ones that I definitely know for vocab, I know, but some words I have completely no idea. So I think vocab is definitely an area of focus that I need to be. But let's go on to speaking. So for speaking, I thought that I would talk about my day yesterday, completely in Tagalog. I think I'm gonna incorporate some English in there, so Taglish, just to keep the flow going, because I don't want to just completely stop when I don't know like a word or something. Let's see how this goes. Yesterday, I'm a gising ako alas 8 para sa work ako. Kumain yung breakfast ako, kumain yung yogurt, kumain yung frutas, tapos gawagawin yung work ako. Yung work ako, tapos gawagawin kain sa yung lunch ako, kumain yung curry, yung leftovers from the other day. Tapos pumunta sa gym, kuwag kaming yung bench press, and yung shoulder press. Yung friend ako sinabi lakas yung weight, tapos lakas yung weight ako, tapos pamatay ako. Hindi mo pwede gumagawin yung weight dyan. So babaan yung weight ako. Tapos pumunta sa bahay, kumain yung shake ako, yung protein shake, para malakas yung yung muscles ako. Tapos watch yung shows ako sa Netflix. Tapos tumulog ako. Done. Alright, that was so bad. But we have a starting point. Alright, so now we're going to talk about my language plan and how I'm going to be studying Tagalog over the next couple months. So I broke it down into two parts: the active learning and passive learning. And so the difference there is, for active learning, I'm going to be actually sitting down and trying to learn grammar points or read something, and just trying to learn concepts or words. But for the passive, This is mainly just to have more fun and just to kind of acquire the language just by listening to it over and over and over. So for active, on the weekdays, because I have work 9 to 5, I'm going to be trying to learn a lot of vocab. So like I mentioned before, I think there's a gap in my vocabulary. I need to know a lot of different words. I've actually heard that in languages, there's only around like 3,000 words or so, give or take, that people just say over and over again. Past 3,000 words, it's kind of like those marginal words that you only use in certain use cases. So gonna climb and try and get to that 3,000 word limit, but I'm only gonna first start with 625 words. That's still a lot, but there's this YouTuber, Tim Ferriss, that has a list of 625 words that he thinks is pretty common in a lot of languages, so that's where I'm gonna start. I'm gonna be probably doing like 20 words or so every week, slowly gaining words every day, trying to learn on Quizlet. I use Quizlet to learn. So that's for vocab. For grammar, and on weekends, I'm gonna be doing a more heads down study session. I'm gonna be using a podcast called Go Filipino, Let's Learn Tagalog. It's essentially just a podcast that you can just listen to and learn a grammar point. So hopefully by the end, I can have more of a base of words and also the grammar to connect all those words, if that makes sense. So that's for the active portion. And for more of the passive learning stuff, this is mainly just watching shows or stuff on Netflix, listen to the language and get myself more acclimated to it. If you guys have any recommendations, please let me know. But yeah, that's for the passive. Just gonna be watching stuff in my free time. So that's my language plan, and that's how I'm gonna be trying to learn Tagalog over the next couple of months. But now I really wanted to talk about the why. I came up with 3 reasons why I would want to learn Tagalog. And so the first reason, me personally, I've always been interested in new languages and the perspective that it brings when you know that language. And so eventually I think I would want to become a polyglot. That's someone who knows 4 or more languages. I think it could be possible because I know English, I know some high school level Spanish, I know some beginner Korean, and then Tagalog would be the 4th. So knowing all those 4, I think I could potentially become a polyglot, and I think that could be pretty cool. And I think like another side reason is because me personally as a Filipino American, I found it pretty difficult to find a lot of easy resources to learn Tagalog. So I would want to be that person to kind of find all these resources and to make those resources aware for other people who want to learn Tagalog. So hopefully if you're a Filipino American and you want to learn Tagalog, this is the video that you would start and you could just follow me along the journey and we could all learn it together. So the second reason I want to learn Tagalog is, I talked about it a little bit earlier, it's just to connect with people on a different level. When you know the language, there's some things that you can't translate into a different language. So for example, in Tagalog, there's this word called gigil, which is an intense urge to pinch something or someone really cute. And in English, that kind of sounds a little bit weird, but in Tagalog, I think it just makes sense. So all those different nuances and things I really wanted to learn, not only for Tagalog, but for other languages. I think it allows you to connect with someone on a different level and how they kind of see the world. And so the third and final reason is because I eventually want to go to the Philippines. I haven't been since I was a little kid. And so when I go back, I definitely want to just experience the country fully. I feel like if I didn't know the language, that experience would be completely different than if I were to not know Tagalog. I want to be able to not only go to all the touristy stuff, but just to talk to the people there and all that kind of things. Those are the 3 reasons why I want to learn Tagalog and my study plan over the next couple months. If you guys like following this journey, please subscribe, like, and comment. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.